Our learning target today, I will be able to divide fractions. Here are the steps in order to divide fractions. First, we will make whole numbers fractions by placing a 1 as the denominator. Second, we will change any mixed numbers into improper fractions. So a mixed number would be an example of 5 1/2, and changing it to to an improper fraction would be 11/2. Third, we will keep the first fraction, change division to multiplication, and reciprocate or flip the second fraction. Fourth, we will simplify first by finding common factors. Fifth, we will multiply numerator by numerator and denominator by denominator. Sixth, if your numerator is larger than your denominator, that's called an improper fraction, then you must divide and make your answer a mixed number. So as we look at this first division problem of 3/4 divided by 1/2, we follow the steps. Step 1, there are no whole numbers, so we do not have to worry about placing a 1 as a denominator. 2, there are no mixed numbers in this question, so we go right to step 3, where we keep 3/4, we change divide to multiply, and we reciprocate 1/2 to be 2/1. When we reciprocate, the numerator and denominator switch places. Now we will simplify before we multiply. So we have 3 times 2. 4 becomes 2 times 2 times 1. We get rid of one of the 2's, and now we can finish with multiplying. 3 is our numerator. 2 times 1 becomes 2 is our denominator. We are now on to step 6, which is if the numerator is larger than the denominator, which it is in this case, then we must divide to make it a mixed number. 3 divided by 2. 2 goes into 3 one time. Stop and write my answer. Whole number 1, numerator 1, denominator 2. 1 1/2. Okay, this next example, 5 divided by 4/7. 5 is a whole number. We will place a 1 under it. There are no mixed numbers in this question, so we're on to step 3, where we will keep 5/1, change divide to multiply, and reciprocate 4/7 to be 7/4. Nothing will simplify here because the only thing that breaks down 5 is 5 times 1, 7 times 1, and 4 is 2 times 2. There's nothing matching, so we're going to multiply straight across. Numerator times numerator is 35, and denominator times denominator is 4. Now we're on to step 6. The numerator 35 is larger than the denominator 4, so we are going to divide to change that to a mixed number. 4 does not go into 3. 4 goes into 35 8 times. Subtract. and write my answer. 8 3/4. 2 1/9 divided by 3 2/5. There are no whole numbers here. These are mixed numbers, so we go right to step 2 where we will change them both into improper fractions. 9 times 2 is 18, plus 1 is 19 over 9. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 2 is 17 over 5. Notice how I left the division sign there. I never try to combine steps, so at this point, now we can keep the 19/9, change divide to multiply, and reciprocate 17/5 to be 5 over 17. None of these numbers can be broken down and simplified, so we are going to just multiply straight across. 19 times 5 is 95. 17 times 9 is 153. The numerator is smaller than the denominator. That is the answer in simplest form. This last example, 5/9 divided by 6. 6 is a whole number. Place a 1 under it. No mixed numbers, so 5/9 times 6 over 1 becomes 1 over 6. Again, there's nothing to simplify. 5 times 1 is 5, and 9 times 6 is 54. I'm not sure what this example is. You can cross it off.